Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about this versus battle that just took place, man, between Lil Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. Now, beyond all expectations, this was one of the best versus battles they've had in a long time. And I'm a hip-hop head. I'm all about hip-hop. I'm all about rap, from the smallest, most independent rapper to the biggest mainstream artist. And tonight we got a show. I ain't even gonna lie. We got a super show. It was a lot of guest appearances. It was a lot of unexpected verses or unexpected tracks that they both put out there, and a good performance. I mean, Bow Wow literally put on a show, man, and Soulja Boy did the same. Now, it was all about respect. They both showed love to each other, gave each other their flowers, but they were having some snippy moments where they were going back and forth, and you couldn't tell if they were playing or they were being serious, but all together, it made for a good show. Now, I'm going to recap everything that went down, some of the finer points. So before I do that, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the fact that this battle, man, started off pretty strong. So you had Soulja Boy and you had Bow Wow greet each other, and you could see already that Soulja Boy was on his current. He was on his new. So the first thing he did was dropped his song, She Make It Clap. Now, this is a recent hit for Soulja Boy. It actually brought him back into prominence as far as hip-hop is concerned. And when you looked at Bow Wow when he first hit the stage, you seen he had on the Cleveland Browns jersey, staying true to his roots of where he's from, and you knew we were headed for a good battle. And Soulja Boy already came out talking spicy. What I couldn't tell off the rip was if anybody was going to have any type of home field advantage, you know what I mean? Because Soulja Boy, he lives in LA, and Bow Wow, I'm pretty sure he stays in LA too. I'm not sure. He might stay in Atlanta. I've seen him on a different TV shows that lets me think he still stays in Atlanta. But Soulja Boy came out definitely talking about, hey, I started all this, and already letting people know his feelings about that, right? But the battle took place in LA. So it seemed like Soulja Boy might have a slight edge, but man, this crowd was going from both sides, and to say the least, man. It was going from Bow Wow to Soulja Boy and back and forth. Now, Soulja Boy dropped She Make It Clap, and what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to score rounds. I'm not going to do that, man. We just going to talk about the finer points. Now, I will say this about Bow Wow. From the time that he jumped on the stage and did his first track, you knew, like, man, he jumped into, like, a performance vibe. Like, he still has a stage presence, man. Like, it's easy for me to say that without you seeing it, but I mean, Bow Wow literally still has a stage presence. Like, he can perform, he can get the party started, he can get the crowd hype, he can really MC out there on the stage. And it was remarkable to see, man. And a lot of people commented on that in the comments. Like I said, you had all the blue checks commenting. You had Drake commenting. You had people, man, everybody in hip-hop you could think of, man. Right now, Drake is the biggest artist in the world, but you could only imagine. Everybody was watching this, and as you saw, the numbers just shot up out of nowhere. Like, the numbers started off around that 200,000, you know, like most verses, and like, I swear, after like 5-10 minutes, if that, it was like at 500,000, and it consistently, like, between that and 600,000, you know, people watching, live streaming at the same time. So that lets you know they were giving up some good content, man. Another big thing was the synchronization between Bow Wow and his DJ doing his ad-libs, man. They were on point. He need to get that man a bonus. You know what I'm saying? They were killing it. Like, hey, man, hey, I know Bow Wow's material and his songs and stuff are so a decade ago, man, maybe even longer than that, man. You know what I mean? But the fact that he performed it the way that he performed it, it puts you in that moment, man. It was amazing to see, man. It was good to see that. It was dope. It lets me know that Bow Wow still got it to a point. You know what I mean? If you put a mic in his hand, he's already trained to hit that stage and really turn the party up. Now, Soulja Boy wasn't going to be caught lacking, man. So he jumped out there and he made sure people remembered his hit single, man, because he went back to back with that joint. Now, Soulja Boy, man, when he jumped back out after Bow Wow's performance, he could feel that energy. So he went straight up into hop up out my bag, turn my swag on or whatever, right? And man, you could feel the energy change in the room, man, because Soulja Boy has those kind of songs that bring you back to a party mood and bring you back to a situation where you dancing, man, where you dancing in the club or whatnot, man. That's one advantage that he had, is his more adult material and the fact that he could, take you to the club if you was at the club at that time, or take you to a party if you was at a party at that time, man. But Bow Wow, where he couldn't do that, he actually made it up for a performance, man, performance and energy. And man, it was just well done, man. On both of their parts, it was well done. Now, Soulja Boy actually had DJ Academics in the cut, DJing with another DJ, and I don't remember her name, but she was killing it, man. She was killing it. Now, when I say that Bow Wow came back with some amazing stage performance and dropping his song. Now, what he did do is he added some adult language or whatever into some of his older cuts, and that made it come over well with the crowd, man. Like, his whole energy and his vibe was on point, man. Bow Wow, man, hey, man, he getting his flowers from me today because he was killing that performance. And even when Bow Wow was hot, I wasn't even the type of dude to be listening to Bow Wow. We'll say that much, right? But man, he was killing it on that stage tonight. Now, when I say they got spicy, man, there was a time there where Bow Wow was going at DJ Academics, and DJ Academics, he put the 20 bands up, and Bow Wow put the 20 bands up. I want to know if DJ Academics got his 20 bands, because he actually was bet that, he wouldn't get behind the turntables and get to mixing, and he got right behind the turntables and got to getting busy, man. So, when I say this was a moment, this was a moment. I'm going to keep it real, man. This was a moment, man. Now, all the guest features was another thing, man. Soulja Boy did make one faux pas, I could say, man. He did She Make It Clap 3 different times. And one of the good times, well, it wasn't that bad because he had a feature each time. One time, I believe it was Nicki Minaj, and the next time he had French Montana. Now, French Montana actually came there and jumped on the stage and killed it with them, man. It was a good performance. Bow Wow also made sure to play to the crowd as well, man. He had a bunch of people join the stage with him as well. Those being 3 6 Mafia join the stage. He had the Franchise Boys join the stage. He had Jermaine Dupri and the Brat join the stage. It was, man, I'm telling you, man, there was so many people involved in this situation. Man, they probably, hopefully they charged admission, man, because the people who were there live, they definitely got a show. Now, one of the points of contention was how many times Soulja Boy did his new song. I understand that he was promoting his new song, but for a lot of people it was repetitive. But man, Soulja Boy made it up with a lot of classic hits, man, like with Pretty Boy Swag, so many joints, man. And he dropped a bombshell when he dropped his joint with Drake, man. Even though he wasn't on the joint, he just did the beat or whatnot, Drake was on that joint. So, man, it was like a clear-cut win almost for Soulja Boy, man. I think this was one of the most entertaining versus battles that they had in a long time. A long, long time, man. Now, Soulja Boy really turned it up, man, when he brought out Lil Romeo. And even Lil Romeo and Bow Wow said that was the very first time that Lil Romeo and Bow Wow were actually on the same stage and did a show together, man. And that was wild because they said people used to put them against each other back in the day, but this was an opportunity for them to show up that they're grown and that they all look up to each other in the industry, and it's all good, man. A dope look. Good stuff for Soulja, man. I'm telling you, man, I was impressed with this. I know a lot of people didn't like some of the stuff that seemed real, ratchet type deal, whatever. But, man, it made for a really good show. And this was probably one of the best versus battles in a long time. And for me, a cat who only likes mostly street type music, you notice from the artists that I do videos on, man, it's mostly street cats, man. That's what I gravitate to. But for me to say this wasn't a good versus battle, I would be tripping. This thing was dope. And hopefully they continue this trend of making these matchups that we really want to see, but we can't piece together what they're going to do. You know what I mean? I couldn't put together what songs that they were going to do in my head at first. Even though I knew some of their major hits, and I didn't know how they would match up against each other, but it worked out well. Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit, what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this Bow Wow versus Soulja Boy battle, or did you think it was a hot mess and you didn't like it? Now, most people were definitely enjoying this. I saw they got a lot of viewers. I can't wait to see the numbers on this one. They're probably through the roof, and salute to both of those young men. And with that, this been your boy Big Man, and we out of here. Oh yeah, hold up, man. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.